What if it were true that umbrellas kill more people every year than cancer and heart disease combined? That's a scary thought. And if we don't get our umbrella problem under control and enact some common sense regulations, that nightmare could soon become a reality. Our daily cancellation today begins with a terrifying moment at the University of South Carolina last night. Reports of an active shooter. I'll read some of the reporting from MSN.com. Quote, students at the University of South Carolina were thrown into chaos on Sunday evening. Sirens blared, emergency alerts lit up phones, and terrified undergraduates barricaded themselves inside classrooms and dorms as armed police stormed the Thomas Cooper Library for more than 90 minutes. Fear gripped the campus. At about 6:30 p.m. local time, the university issued a Carolina alert warning of an active shooter suspected to be near the campus library. The alert described the suspect as a white male, approximately 6 feet tall, wearing black trousers. Students and staff were told to evacuate if safe to do so or to barricade themselves inside classrooms and dormitories. Panic spread quickly across the Columbia campus as police arrived and began a floor-by-floor search of the library. Now, while this was all going on, videos were widely circulating on social media of a guy walking casually around campus carrying an alleged rifle. And we'll put some of those videos up on the screen right now. You can see them right now. This terrifying footage went viral on X, thanks in large part to the efforts of Representative Nancy Mace, who wants to be the governor of South Carolina. And she was all over this thing. She was tweeting frantically about it. She repeatedly identified this guy as the suspected shooter. She posted a video of this kid along with this caption. Here's the alleged school shooter at USC, Bolo, white male, black shorts, gray t-shirt, backpack. And then again, she tweeted, active shooter, University of South Carolina, Columbia campus, school library, white male, 6 feet tall, black shorts, gray shirt. So like I said, she was all over this, and that makes sense. You know, it's important to get the word out. Get the word out about a guy carrying a rifle on campus. A rifle that looks weirdly skinny and pointy. It appears that this rifle has a handle at the bottom and then kind of a flares out a little bit and then comes to a point. Actually, the rifle looks almost exactly like an umbrella. Actually, it turns out the rifle is an umbrella. The guy identified by Nancy Mace as the alleged shooter was carrying an umbrella. So it appears, and I don't think there's been official confirmation on this, the police looked into it. There was no shooter. So it was all a false alarm. And Nancy Mace and others on social media were identifying this guy as the shooter. It appears that the panic, the lockdown, the major police response, that all of that was actually a reaction to a guy holding an umbrella. Now, here's that same kid later in the night showing off his umbrella. You can see it there. Sure enough, that's no rifle. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, this was a whole lot of chaos over an umbrella. And also, you're probably thinking a lawmaker who wants to be governor just falsely accused a private citizen of being a mass shooter because he was carrying an umbrella. I mean, shouldn't there be some kind of accountability for that? Shouldn't she at least apologize for that, which she has not done? Well, to the latter point, I'll only say that, yes, Nancy Mace, her actions were reckless, irrational, could have gotten somebody killed. But at least she managed to send multiple tweets in a row without posting a selfie. So look at the bright side. The Department of Energy just released a report, and it's worth paying attention to. With electric vehicles everywhere and these massive AI data centers, our power grid is under serious strain. We're looking at potentially huge increases in outages over the next few years. As someone who loves the outdoors and has a family to protect, being prepared isn't optional anymore. That's why I want to tell you about the Grid Doctor 3300 solar generator from My Patriot Supply, a company I've trusted for years. What I love about this generator is that it's nothing like the old gas models. It's completely silent, no fumes, and safe to run inside your home. Yet it's still powerful enough to keep your whole house running when the power grid goes out. And like I said, if you have kids like I do, if you have a family, then you can't wait until it's too late to start getting prepared. You got to get prepared ahead of time. Right now, My Patriot Supply is offering something incredible when you get the Grid Doctor 3300 at mypatriotsupply.com/Walsh. They're including a free expansion battery that doubles your power capacity. Look, I don't know how long this deal will last, but if you're serious about protecting your family like I am, head to mypatriotsupply.com/Walsh and check it out. Don't wait on this one. Again, that's mypatriotsupply.com/Walsh. I mean, I would have expected all of Nancy's tweets about the alleged shooting to be accompanied by a picture of herself looking sad while showing off her cleavage. Instead, she went the entire night without posting a single selfie, as far as I know. So that's a personal record for Nancy, and we should congratulate her for it. Second, I think this whole story, just to get serious for a moment, provides us with a crucial opportunity to have a real conversation about common sense umbrella control. You know, the type of umbrella this kid was carrying around simply should not be permitted. That was a fully automatic assault umbrella. Now, how do we differentiate assault umbrellas from regular umbrellas? Well, obviously, assault umbrellas are the ones that look super scary. If people are scared of an umbrella, that means it's an assault umbrella. Even if the umbrella isn't used to physically assault anyone, it still assaults our feelings, our sense of security, our peace of mind. And this is why, as I've argued for years, every umbrella should have an old-fashioned curved handle. It should look like the kind of umbrella that people might have used in the 18th century. I mean, after all, when our founding fathers gave us the right to carry umbrellas, they never imagined a world where these newfangled, modern, scary, all-black umbrellas would exist. If an umbrella doesn't look like the kind of umbrella that Benjamin Franklin might have used, it doesn't belong on the street. Only trained professionals, people who use umbrellas as part of their job, should be allowed to use the kind of umbrella that the University of South Carolina student was carrying around. That kind of umbrella should be reserved for umbrella specialists, you know, like crossing guards, golf caddies, that sort of thing. Now, you can make the argument that no one should have an umbrella, really. Why do you need one anyway? If it's raining, wear a raincoat. Grab a poncho. Better just stay inside. I mean, frankly, I'm suspicious of anyone who feels the need to own an umbrella. I mean, you have a roof on your house. Why do you need to carry a little roof around with you? And it's bizarre. If nobody owned an umbrella, we could avoid tens of thousands of umbrella-related injuries annually. And according to some estimates, more than 89,000 people suffer severe facial lacerations and eye injuries every year because of umbrellas. That's not even counting the dozens of people who are comically blown away by the wind, like cartoon characters, because they were carrying umbrellas and then it gets windy. And I know these statistics sound made up, and they are, but that's beside the point. What if they weren't made up? What if it were true that umbrellas kill more people every year than cancer and heart disease combined? That's a scary thought. And if we don't get our umbrella problem under control and enact some common sense regulations, that nightmare could soon become a reality. And that's why ultimately I'm grateful for the work Nancy Mace has done to raise awareness about the threat of unregulated umbrellas. She never led the charge against gender ideology like she claims all the time. But on this issue, she is unquestionably the leader. And that is why, in honor of Nancy Mace, we must say that umbrellas are today canceled. If you'd like to see what else I have to say, you can access my full show by going to dailywire.com or by going to the Matt Walsh Show Twitter page. Hope to see you there. Godspeed.